Good morning dear students. Now I am going to explain the question paper pattern. Periodic test 1, class 7th, science question paper pattern. So this time we are conducting 25 marks periodic test. So in 25 marks we are divided into 4 sections. Okay, section A, section B, section C and section D. So in section A you can see Roman number 1, 2 and 3. In Roman number 1, multiple choice questions. Section A carries 1 mark 9 questions. So it includes 3 multiple choice questions, 3 fill in the blanks questions and 3 very short answers. So means 1 mark questions, these are very short answers. Then in section B, answer the following questions within 2 or 3 sentences. So 2 mark 3 questions will be there. It carries 6 marks. In section C, answer in brief. It includes 3 mark 2 questions, total 6 mark. So in section D, there is 1 question, answer in detail, 4 mark 1 questions will be there. So when you answer this multiple choice questions, write the question number, write the correct answer with the proper option. Then fill in the blanks and very short answer. Very short answer means in section A you have to answer it within 1 or 2 sentences. In section B, 2 mark questions will be there. You have to answer within 2 or 3 sentences. So for 2 marks we may ask the characters, the difference, the comparison and all. If they ask for 2 mark, write 2 points, 2 difference or 2 comparison, like that. Section C carries 3 mark. So there are 2 questions. So if they ask any characteristics, comparison or differences, you have to find the difference. You have to write at least 3 characters, at least 3 or 4 points you have to mention there. If they ask difference, you have to write 3 difference between the 2 things. Then section D carries 4 mark questions. We may ask any diagrams or any solving the problems or any answer in detail question. Okay. So you have to write at least 4 marks, and if they ask any diagrams and all, you have to draw and label the parts. So follow this pattern. This is how the question paper is.
In the first chapter, nutrition in plants, you should learn what is nutrition, what is the meaning of nutrition, then what is autotrophic nutrition, meaning of autotrophic nutrition, then how autotrophs prepare their own food, which is autotrophs, who are autotrophs, then how they prepare the food. Okay, what do you call that process of preparing their own food? That is photosynthesis process. So how they prepare their food? They prepare their own food using carbon dioxide, water and in the presence of sunlight and chlorophyll. And which are the steps involved in the photosynthesis process? You should write in brief. Don't write the whole paragraph. Okay, try to condense your answer. Write in brief. Okay, they will ask for 3 marks or 4 marks and all. And then photosynthesis, in the photosynthesis process, one chemical reaction takes place. What is that? Carbon dioxide plus water gives, in the presence of chlorophyll and sunlight, gives you glucose and oxygen. So this chemical equation also learn that. Then okay, how do you check? Okay, test for the starch. How do you say that starch is present in the plant leaves? So test for the presence of starch, that also you have to learn. Then the importance of photosynthesis. So why photosynthesis is important? It is important for the plants to store the extra energy, and also it is important for other animals, carnivores, omnivores, and for other plants also. Then oxygen, they during the photosynthesis process they release oxygen, that is important for the plants and animals for the respiration. Then it is helps in maintaining the balance between the oxygen and carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. So these are the importance of photosynthesis. So whenever they ask the importance and all, you have to check how much marks it carries. Based on that you have to answer. After that, heterotropic nutrition. What is heterotropic nutrition, and who are heterotrophs, and example for the heterotropic nutrition, example for the heterotrophs. Then types of heterotropic nutrition, which are the parasitic plants. So what is parasitic nutrition? Example for the parasitic nutrition. Then example for the total parasite, example for the meaning of partial parasites, all these things. Then insectivorous plants. What is insectivorous plants? Then why they trap insects? Okay, what is the reason for trapping the insects by the insectivorous plants? So these are the reasons. These are give reason questions you should learn. Then example for the insectivorous plants. After that, what is saprophytic nutrition? What is saprophytic nutrition, and who are what is saprophytes? Okay, what is saprophytes, and example for the saprophytic nutrition. Then what is symbiotic plants? What is symbiotic relationship? What is symbiosis? Then who are symbionts? Then example. Then how they make use of the nutrition. Then how the nutrition is returned to the soil. Okay, what is the role of decomposers in returning the nutrients to the soil? Read all the exercise multiple choice question answers. Then all these important key points in the textbook which we have covered in the lesson. All these key points you should learn. Go through the textbook. So from this we will ask the fill in the blanks, true or false questions, multiple choice questions we will ask from the key points. Then all the question answers, objective type questions, true or false questions, all these things you should learn. Okay, next chapter is animal fibers. Okay, the second chapter included in the test is animal fibers. So here you should learn what is the meaning of fabric, what is the meaning of fibers, and general question, what is the importance of clothes, why we have to wear clothes. Okay, what is the importance of clothes. Then what is natural fibers, what is synthetic fibers, example for natural fibers, example for the synthetic fibers. Then what is wool. Okay, and how the wool is obtained. And also why do we prefer wool. Okay, during the winter season we wear the clothes which is made up of wool fabrics. So why do we prefer wool fabric? So importance of wool. So it is given, it is a good fabric and it is soft and it provides a warmth, like that. So these are the importance, that is why we prefer wool fabrics. Still more characteristics of wool is given. Wool is elasticity. Wool has the elasticity, and we can get the wool material, wool fabrics in different colors. So these points you have to write. After that, what is rearing of sheep? What is selective breeding? In that, what is selective breeding? And different breeds. Okay, different breeds of these sheeps. You should know that which are the breeds available in India. Then in the production of wool, it involves so many steps, so many stages it involves. So which are they? Shearing, sawing, then grading, carding, spinning, then dyeing and knitting. So what is the meaning of shearing? What is the meaning of sawing? And what is the meaning of grading? What is carding? What is spinning? All these steps, all these meanings you should learn. Then example for the wool obtained from other animals. What is this example for different wool which is obtained from other animals? You should know. Okay, we can obtain the wool from the rabbit. We can obtain the wool from the camel. Then yaks from the llamas and alpacas. So these are the example for the wool obtained from other animals. You should learn. Then in the silk, so silk is also an example for the animal fiber. Silk is the animal fiber which is obtained from the silkworm. So you should study about the life cycle of silk moth. So here you should learn which are the stages, how many stages are there in the life cycle of silk moth. Yes, there are 4 stages. Which are they? First one is eggs, then larva, then pupa, after that adult silk moth. So you should learn the diagram and what is larva, then what is pupa, then what is cocoon. All these stages you should learn. After that, what is sericulture? What is the meaning of sericulture? And which are the major activities involved in the sericulture? The major activities involved in the sericulture are cultivation of food for the silkworms, rearing of the silkworms for the production of the raw silk, then reeling of the cocoon for winding, then the silk filaments, and the final processes like twisting, dyeing, weaving and finishing. So learn the steps involved in the sericulture and learn what is molting, what is the meaning of molting. All these questions we will ask. After that, what are the health hazards of workers in the sericulture industries? So they will go through these health hazards such as respiratory diseases, asthma, bronchitis, and so they will go through these many diseases. By working in the sericulture industry, people will be suffered from these respiratory diseases, and these questions we will ask for 3 or 4 marks like that, or 2 marks also. And whenever we ask for 2 marks, write a minimum 2 points, and whenever we ask for 3 marks, write at least 3 points, and whenever we ask for 4 marks, write in detail, and don't write the passage of answer, write the key points. We will consider the key points in the answer. Then learn all the multiple choice question answers. We will ask from the textbook. Okay, in between the textbook we will ask the multiple choice questions, then fill in the blanks question answers. After that, true or false. From the true or false also we will ask some multiple choice questions or the fill in the blanks questions and all. And read all the short answer questions, long answer questions, and whenever is there to draw any diagrams, picture, draw it neatly using the scale, pencil and all wherever it is necessary, and label the parts and write the definition clearly. Okay, thank you students.